What is happening, you bunch of beautiful human beings? I hope you're all having a great day. I hope you're all healthy. It's sunny outside. It's a good time. Today, we have the third installment on the Warnings Equipment series. Now, I've already done Danny. I've already done Ali. Today, it's time for POW! POW! Right between the eyes. POW! If you know what that song is, leave it in the comments. POW! Right between the eyes. I bet you don't know it. If you know it, I haven't got anything to give you guys. I wish I could give you something, but I haven't got anything. Before we get into this, if you haven't already, guys, like this video, subscribe to the channel because there's going to be plenty of Warning content in the future, and share it. Let's spread the word. The Warning are in town. They're next level, the best band out. What? There, I said it. Best band out. Anyway, without further ado, we're getting into Pal's drum kit and what she uses on stage. I've said it before and I'll say it again. She's my best member. She's the coolest. Let's go. Pow! Let's go.
Hi, I'm Paulina. I am the drummer from The Warning, and right now we're in the North American leg of our Error World Tour. It's the second leg we're doing here in the US, and we're very excited. We just released a new song that is called More, and this is like one of the first times that we've been playing it throughout this tour, so it's been really cool. I've actually had to modify my kit to play that new song. So
I haven't reacted to More yet. You guys have been saying, Joe, you need to react to More. Don't you guys worry. Hang in there. It's coming. I've got my little nephew in the house. He's currently sleeping. If I start reacting to that, I don't know what's going to happen. You saw me react to Z. Man fell off my chair. And that ain't no joke. And don't even get me started on Evolve. If I started reacting, if there was a song and it's anything like Evolve, I'll start screaming the house down. My nephew will be up in no time.
I'm gonna walk you through it. This is a DW performance series, and she's called Bonbon, which is marshmallow in Spanish. I got it during the pandemic, and I was gonna use it for the first time, and then the pandemic happened. So it still feels very new to me. This is a 10-inch tom. This is a 12, and that usually I go for a 14 here, but right now for live, I'm using a 16, and this is an 18. So I just can get that deep sound. I use the toms a lot, for main rhythm parts. Know. So I really wanted to get that depth in there. My bass drum actually is a little bit shorter in depth. This is 2214 bass drum. My snare is a hand-hammered Black Beauty. As you can see, she's a beauty. I really like this snare. I've been using it for kind of a short time. It was actually a gift, so I'm very happy with it. It has a very deep sound. It sounds gritty. It depends on obviously how you tune it, but my drum tech Carlos always gets just such a beautiful hard-hitting sound out of it. I use clear pinstripe Remo heads, again 10, 12, 16, 18 on the snare. I use the controlled sound coated one from Remo. So the tuning, especially in the toms, usually varies. These are usually tighter so I can get a good bounce from it. It sounds higher. But these ones are usually kind of tricky sometimes because I like them very loose. I like them deep sounding. But sometimes we get a lot of resonance. But Carlos, my drum tech, has this very cool trick. I don't know if you can see inside the drum, there are cotton pads. We use those to remove our makeup after the shows. And Carlos, one day, he just put them there. And it really dampens the sound, but it doesn't mute it completely. So that's great. So I can get them a little bit loose without it being
Holy moly, donut shop. I've just learned something here, guys. No joke, right? I'm not a drummer, but I produce all my own music, so I have to make the drums myself in the, in the system I produced. I create it all. And then when I'm doing drums, you have to edit them. If you want it to sound damp, like she's saying, do you want it to be dampened, or do you want it to be, some people put pillows in the kick drum to dampen the sound, and she's going on about tuning as well, which you can also tune it. I wasn't thinking you can tune it to the sound of the song, if that makes sense. You can do that, but she's tuning hers to get higher sound on the high toms and the mid toms, and then she's lower tuning it on the floor tom to create a more deep sound. I didn't think of it like that, which it makes total sense. So now I know that for future, if I want that, because I love her tom work. If you listen to majority of her songs, like she says, she's always using the toms, and I've said it in one of my reactions as well. Don't know which one it was, but I like that. I like bringing the snare out of the verse of a song and then bringing it back in on the chorus. It's quite ballsy to do, because it can make the verse sound very spacious, and it can sound, you know, it's hard to make sound good, but these guys managed to pull it out the water. I love these videos because I'm actually genuinely learning things here.
Mess for our sound engineer. So I am a Sabian artist, and I use HHX all over my drum kit. This is an 18 HHX. This is a 16. This is also 18, the Ozone Evolution, and a 20 China. This is a 14. I use this on very few songs, but it does make a huge difference because I keep this a little bit more close than I do this one. So every time I just want to like ride over here when I'm doing like double bass pedal things, I use this one. This is a little splash. I love it. I don't use it as much as I would like to, but hopefully in newer songs I can incorporate it more. My ride, it's a Raw Bell Dry Ride 21.
Sick.
And it's a beauty. This is my absolute favorite cymbal ever. I've been using it for years, I think for like 6 years now, and it has such a cool sound. I crash a lot all the time, but I used to have just a normal, like another HHX over here, but this, it just sounds so much darker, so it really cuts through like the brightness of these HHX ones. I just incorporated this cowbell, this LP cowbell to my drum kit because our new single More has a part with cowbell, and it's really fun using it. I haven't used a cowbell like...
Guys, legit, I love a cowbell. I can't wait to listen to more because cowbells are sick. You know who uses cowbells good? Guns N' Roses. Guns N' Roses use cowbells. They've got a specific song called Night Train. If you haven't heard it, go and listen to Guns N' Roses Night Train. They use their cowbell so good in that song. Bruh, I can't wait!
Years, and it has like its little tricks because sometimes it just like really falls, but it sounds so cool, and it's just really fun to just like drive in that. I love it. I am a big Firth artist. I use 5B barrel tip. I just changed drumsticks actually. I used to use 5A, but I'm a very hard hitter, and I wanted to stop, like it just felt really light in my hands, so I got this heavier set, and I've been using it this whole year, and it has made such a good difference. I don't have to use as like much strength to get like a very hard, deep sound out of them. This DW rack that I have, it's actually been like very modified by my dad. My dad like loves hardware, and it used to be like a little bit too large for me, so he like grabbed like a saw and just started cutting everything to my size, and everything is just like so meticulously measured and marked, so like every time that we're touring, like my drum tech and everyone in production can just set everything up really quickly, so it's very efficient. Every time we open for a band or something, we can get everything done in a very short amount of time, so we're not bothering anybody, and it's great. And it's also very comforting to arrive to each show knowing that the measurement of everything is gonna be exactly the same each show, so you don't get like wonky drum sets sometimes. It's all
these guys know
precisely. The pedal that I'm using is a Machine DW pedal. I used to use a direct drive from DW, but after they released the chain one, I prefer this one so much more. And it takes a while getting used to it, but once you get the hang of it, it's so easy to control. And again, I'm a very hard hitter, so it just comes back to me in such a easy way for me to like not hurt myself while I'm playing, and I just really love it. I've been using it for a while. In my hi-hat, I'm using 9000 DW. I'm a DW girl. And for my MIDI pedals, I'm using some Roland MIDI pedals. They're very heavy, which is great. So basically, I launch all of our like stems and click through Ableton, and I used to have to do it with like manually, but it kind of looked really like clunky. Like after every single song, I would have to go and click enter. So with these MIDI pedals, I can launch the whole show without anybody noticing. And I used to have like, I've been through so many MIDI pedals and MIDI pads, but these are so great because they're really heavy. So like, they're not going to be set off by like the slightest movement.
Yeah.
They're like, it takes a good hit for it to change the scene. So they're fantastic. I have a start pedal and a stop pedal just in case something goes wrong. We're all human, so sometimes we need to stop the click track. It's just so efficient for everybody to have these systems.
Sick.
And it's fantastic. The drum throne that I use is
cool.
the
So she's also she's in charge. She's in charge of everything on that stage, basically. When Pal says go, you go. No one else can do it. Like, Danny or Ali can't go, just start a song, because then the backing track isn't going to be in sync. You know what I mean? So, Pow has to do it. You know what I'm saying? She's in charge of that stuff. I knew it! I said from the beginning, I bet she's in charge. Because she's a gangster. She's gangster, straight gangster.
Airlift 9000. It's great. I use it in the lowest setting because I'm really short. So, but it's really comfortable. I love it. For in-ears, I use in-ears audio. They are fantastic. Usually we grow them out really quickly, but these have just like really lasted. And usually the problems that we have with in-ears is like the cables at one point, like they just don't plug in correctly and you don't hear stuff. But these ones have lasted wonderfully. What I hear the most in my mix is the bass, because me and my sister are just like really connected when we're playing. So having that, like those bass ends, just like really makes a big difference. For my kick block, I have a kick block.
Cool.
Because I hit it very hard and usually it just goes so far. Sometimes like when we didn't have a kick block, sometimes Carlos, my drum tech, would just have to be like there in front of the drum, just like for it to not move. So that is a lifesaver.
Getting his ears blasted
So
out.
that was my gear run through. Once again, we are The Warning. Our webpage is called thewarningband.com. We are The Warning Band on all social media, so go check us out. Thank you for watching.
Heck yeah. Don't you worry. I shall be checking out more. Guys, more is coming. However, there might be another Warning song coming first. Do not get that twisted. And I might even be doing a cover. Alright, I'll let it out the bag. A cover is on the way of The Warning by this guy. But, you know what? I've learned something today. What time is it? It's 10:05 or something, and then I've learned something today. That's why I like those videos. A few of you guys said, I'm not too sure, there might be new versions of these, or old versions. Either way, I'll check them out. But, tell you what, that block that they put at the end of the drum, it's about time someone invented something like that. Because the few times I have played the drums, they always drift away from you. And it's like, what is going on here? Somebody invent something. I should have done it myself. I might have been a free man by now if I invented one of them. Wouldn't have had to work a 9 to 5. But that's life. Anyway, guys, if you want to request a reaction of your choice, then you can click the link in the description, follow the instructions, and I can react to a request of your choice and stick it at the top of my to-do list and get straight on it. It could be anything, you know what I'm saying? Anything in the world. And if you haven't already, check out our music, Raygo Bloom, and get yourself some merch, raygobloom.com. I love you, people!